Hello everybody, this is Mr. Kasbiridi. I'm the owner of my own company, Wipco. We are specialized on brand marketing, communication for all sectors, for the companies who are involved between Europe, Africa, and the rest of the world. We're actually working with so many companies who are engaged in the sector of hydrogen or those renewables energies. So I would like only for this video just to talk about the potential customers who are taking their own time only just to explain you that they wanted finally to be your customer or to prolong your services that you provide for them. So, but they only just to claim their own intention by oral without making no one sign and without paying. Okay, so as each time as I meet a commercial provider, say or whatever seller also, most of them told me, and they tried to explain me that yes, I just obtained the agreement for this prestation. This one is okay just for this prestation. This other one has already paid. This other one has told me that they can't to pay. No. Okay? So, but if you look the total amount that you received in your own bank account, if you look the total amount that you received in your own bank account, you will see a terrible contrast between the declaration of intentions of the potential customers and the reality of the total amount seen in your own bank account. Why? Because one of the most terrible mistakes committed by a commercial or seller is to consider that the declaration of intention pronounced from the potential customers as one of the most secure things, and they consider this declaration intention like a feedback that is totally sure, and they can consider that as one of the signs of the validation from the customer. But it's not right. The only one validation from the customer that could be acceptable for a service of accountancy in your own company is the money that you manage to get in your own bank account, and falsely document signs by the customers, and not only just the declaration of intention from your own customer, even if it is still the case. I know many different sellers. When at the times came only just to make their own brief of their own activities, they consider finally the intention of the customers as one of the part of the end result that they obtained. But it's not right. Even if it is in reality just to make the proof for their own chief and supervisor that they're working well, and they would like only finally by this way to prove to their own superior that they have worked well, and that they try only just to prove that they are also very proactive in their own company, explaining that they have obtained this net worth, but also they wanted by this way to prove that their own superior that they work much more harder than we can see about their own result. So it's not a good strategy just to prove that you are so efficient on what you do. It's not a good strategy to prove that you are efficient on what you do. Because if I turn only my back and my head just to the accountancy services, this guy who is charged to check all the different total amounts get in the bank account said, okay, this guy has just getting this amount in the accountancy from this customer, but the reality of the rate and the amount could be so very totally in contrast about the declaration of the intentions of the potential customers provided by the seller who could be concerned by your own interrogations. So be how can I say? Be vigilant. Okay, be vigilant. The only one amount who is valuable for a company, this is the amount that you may get in your own bank account. Okay, this is only one things that are paid that can be considered as one of the most important principal details for the company. The only one thing that can count for your company is the money that you may get in your bank account, and the rest don't matter about that, and the rest is not matter. Okay, the rest does not matter. The rest does not matter. The only one thing that is very important is the money that you may get in your own bank account. The rest don't matter. Okay? And more particularly declaration of intentions from whatever customers or potential customers or potential prospects. And short, I class these people among the list of the people who couldn't be customer, but they are, in my mind, ranked and classed in the short list of the people who are who are not customers, but they are prospects. Where they said, yeah, he's ready to pay, it is for the next week, no. In my mind, he's not a customer. He's a potential customer, but he's among the list of the prospects. And he will move from the category of the prospects at the time he will pay our services, but not before. I would like only just to give this teach for you. The pounds of €6 does not exist. The pounds of €6 or dollars does not exist. If anyone try to convince you that the pound of €6 could be existing, this is certainly the case of a seller who cannot make the difference between the reality that he can suggest for himself and the reality that we can notice, and the reality that we can all notice. If you meet somebody in your way, more particularly a potential seller, who is trying only just to demonstrate that the pound of €6 can be existing, it's just because this person make the confusion between the money that is really existing and the money that could be supposedly integrate your own bank account. This is a distortion between the reality that he thinks and the reality that we can all notice. Reflect about this reflection, reflect about what I'm just talking about, and you will know much more better what I'm trying to highlight or to describe face to you. And this is a real phenomenon that touch a lot of commercial and sellers who try only just to prove to their own superior that they have worked hard and they have obtained so much incredible results, even if it is not the case for the guy who is charged of the question and the problematics that have a links with the accountancy. What we all notice on the service of accountancy, what the declaration from the sellers cannot be checked by the services of accountancy. But I prefer only just to trust on what the director of services of accountancy can notice about the results that they can see his own screen, because this is the reality of their own activity, and this is only one thing that we can see about the perception about the activity, and that is more real than the declaration from anybody else, even if this guy could be a good seller or not good seller. But the result that I'm seeing face to my screen corresponding at the reality of my own bank account, this is the only one truth that I can consider about the reality of the results obtained by my own company. Reflect about that. It was the reflection that I had this morning, and I hope all the best things for this day, and make many businesses, but stay connected on the reality. Thank you. Bye bye.